Hello, and welcome to the Everyday English Podcast. I'm your host, Anna, and I'm so glad you're here today. This podcast is made for English learners all around the world who want to improve their speaking, listening, and confidence through real simple English. Whether you're a beginner or an intermediate learner, you're in the right place because here we focus on understanding English the natural way by listening, repeating, and practicing every day. In today's episode, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful and enjoyable ways to improve your English speaking skills: shadowing practice. Shadowing is a technique where you listen to someone speaking and repeat what they say right after them, almost like an echo. It may sound simple, but it's incredibly effective. This method helps you train your mouth, ears, and brain to work together so you can speak more fluently and naturally. When you do shadowing, you're not just learning new words, you're learning how real English sounds. You hear the rhythm, the stress, the pronunciation, and the emotion in every sentence. You start to sound more natural, more confident, and less afraid of speaking out loud. The best part is you can practice anywhere: at home, in your car, or even while walking. In this episode, we'll talk about how to do shadowing step by step, what to focus on while practicing, and how to make it part of your daily routine. I'll also guide you through a short and simple shadowing exercise that you can follow along with, slowly and clearly, so you can build confidence one sentence at a time. So, find a quiet place, take a deep breath, and get ready to speak English with me. Together, we'll make English learning simple, clear, and fun. One word, one sentence, and one conversation at a time. Shadowing is one of the most effective and enjoyable ways to improve your English speaking and listening skills. It's a simple but powerful technique where you listen carefully to a sentence and then immediately repeat it, almost like an echo. Imagine you are following the speaker's voice closely, copying the sounds, rhythm, and tone in real time. That's what shadowing is all about. It's called shadowing because just like a shadow follows your body, your voice follows the speaker's voice. This method is popular among language learners all around the world because it helps you train three skills at the same time: your ears, your brain, and your mouth. Your ears listen carefully to the sounds, your brain processes the meaning and structure, and your mouth reproduces those same sounds right away. By doing this, you are not only learning new vocabulary or grammar rules, you are training your brain to think and respond in English faster. It's like giving your speaking and listening muscles a great workout. When you practice shadowing, you also start to notice the natural rhythm and melody of English. Every language has its own music, its ups and downs, its pauses and stresses. English speakers don't speak word by word like robots. They connect words, change their tone, and use emotion when they talk. Shadowing helps you feel this rhythm and copy it naturally. Over time, your pronunciation becomes clearer, your intonation becomes smoother, and you start to sound more confident and fluent, almost like a native speaker. Another great thing about shadowing is that it improves your listening comprehension. At first, you may find it difficult to keep up with the speaker, but that's completely normal. The key is to start slowly. Choose short sentences, listen carefully, and repeat them one by one. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on understanding the meaning and matching the sound. As you practice regularly, you'll start to catch more words, understand phrases faster, and feel more comfortable speaking out loud. You can do shadowing with podcasts, short stories, movies, or even your favorite songs. The important thing is to choose something that you enjoy and can listen to multiple times. You can listen to a short line, pause, repeat it, and then try again without pausing. This step by step approach helps your brain memorize natural patterns of speech, and soon you'll find yourself using them in real conversations. Remember, shadowing isn't just about repeating words, it's about learning how English sounds in real life. You're training your ears to hear details like stress, rhythm, and pronunciation, and your mouth to move naturally with those sounds. The more you do it, the easier it becomes to express yourself clearly. In today's episode, we'll practice this slowly and clearly. I'll say each sentence twice, first at a natural speed, then more slowly, so you can listen, repeat, and feel comfortable following along. Take your time, speak out loud, and enjoy the process. Every word you repeat brings you one step closer to fluency. Shadowing might sound simple, but to get the most benefit from it, you need to practice it the right way. The key idea is to combine listening and speaking at the same time, repeating what you hear immediately after the speaker. It's an active, focused way to train your ears, mouth, and brain to work together in English. Let's go through how to practice shadowing effectively and make it part of your daily English routine. First, start by listening carefully to the speaker. Don't rush into repeating right away. Pay close attention to how each word sounds, the pronunciation, the rhythm, and the stress. Try to notice how native speakers connect their words together. For example, instead of saying want to, they often say wanna. These small details help you understand the natural flow of spoken English. By listening carefully first, you train your ears to recognize sounds and patterns that you might not notice when you're only reading or studying grammar. Next, repeat immediately after the speaker, almost like an echo. Don't wait too long. The goal is to follow closely behind. Try to copy the rhythm, tone, and pronunciation as accurately as you can. You might feel a little awkward at first, but that's completely normal. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. It's like singing along to a song. The first few times you focus on the words, but after a sheal, you start to feel the beat and flow naturally. When you shadow, imagine yourself speaking with the same energy and confidence as the original speaker. Now, here's something important. Don't worry about mistakes. Shadowing is not about perfection, it's about practice. If you miss a word or say something differently, just keep going. The goal is to get used to speaking without hesitation. Many learners stop too often to correct themselves, but that breaks the rhythm. Instead, try to stay in sync with the speaker and let your mouth keep moving. Over time, your pronunciation and accuracy will naturally improve because your brain starts to remember the correct sounds and patterns. To make real progress, practice short sections every day. You don't need to spend hours. Even 5 to 10 minutes can make a huge difference if you do it consistently. You can shadow podcasts, short videos, movie scenes, or English learning materials like this one. Start with slow, clear audio. And as you get more comfortable, try faster or more natural speech. The key is repetition. Doing a little bit every day helps your brain form strong language habits and makes speaking feel natural. One of the best parts of shadowing is that it helps your mouth and tongue get comfortable forming English sounds, especially the difficult ones like teach, r, and l. These sounds might not exist in your native language, so your mouth needs time and practice to get used to them. Shadowing gives you that practice in a natural way. You're not just saying words, you're learning how to move your mouth the way native speakers do. Over time, as you practice regularly, you'll notice something amazing. Your brain will start thinking in English. You'll respond faster in conversations, understand people more easily, and feel less nervous when speaking. That's the real power of shadowing. It's a simple technique, but if you do it with focus and consistency, it can completely transform the way you speak and feel about English. So take it slow, enjoy the process, and remember, every sentence you shadow brings you one step closer to confident, natural English. Let's now try slow English shadowing practice together. A simple, effective way to train your listening and speaking skills at the same time. In this exercise, I'll say each sentence slowly and you'll repeat it right after me. Remember, this is your moment to speak confidently and practice clearly. Shadowing is not about perfection. It's about training your mouth, ears, and brain to work together in English. So don't worry about mistakes. Just focus on the rhythm, the sound, and the feeling of the words as you say them. Let's begin. Good morning. How are you today? I'm feeling great and ready to start my day. The weather is beautiful outside. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I love listening to English podcasts. I practice English every day to get better. Dot. I'm not afraid of making mistakes. I believe that practice makes progress. You've just completed a short shadowing session. Simple, but don't underestimate how powerful this small practice can be. In just a few minutes, you have listened carefully, repeated with focus, and spoken English out loud. You've trained your ears to hear the rhythm of natural English and your mouth to form the correct sounds. This type of active listening and repetition helps your brain get used to the natural flow of English conversation. When you repeat short, everyday sentences like these, you build muscle memory, meaning your mouth and tongue begin to remember how English sounds and feels. You also gain confidence because you are speaking English out loud every day. Even if you don't have a speaking partner, shadowing allows you to practice speaking in a realistic, natural way. You can do it with any kind of audio, a podcast, a video, or even your favorite movie scene. The key is to listen closely and repeat right away, keeping the same tone and rhythm as the speaker. At first, it might feel a little strange or difficult to stay in sync, but that's completely normal. Over time, your speed and fluency will improve naturally. You'll start to understand how native speakers connect words, where they pause, and which words they stress more. This awareness will make your own speaking sound smoother and more natural. If you practice this short shadowing exercise every day, even for 5 minutes, you'll soon notice big changes. Your pronunciation will become clearer, your sentences will flow better, and your confidence will grow. You might even start to think in English instead of translating from your native language. So make shadowing a part of your daily English routine. You can do it in the morning while getting ready, during a walk, or before bed. The most important thing is consistency. A few minutes every day is far more powerful than one long session once a week. Keep practicing slowly, speak clearly, and enjoy the progress you make. Remember, every time you shadow, you're not just repeating, You're learning to speak English with confidence and ease. Let's talk about the benefits of shadowing practice, why this simple technique is so powerful, and how it can truly change the way you speak and understand English. At first, shadowing might feel a little strange. You might even feel awkward listening and repeating at the same time, especially if you're new to speaking English out loud. But don't worry, that's completely normal. Every new skill feels unusual at first, and shadowing is no different. The good news is that the more you do it, the easier and more natural it becomes. So, why is shadowing so effective? Because it trains your ears, mouth, and brain to work together. Just like a musician practicing rhythm, you're not only hearing English, you're producing it in real time. This helps you build strong listening and speaking skills faster than by studying grammar or memorizing words alone. One of the biggest benefits is that shadowing improves your pronunciation and accent naturally. When you repeat right after a native speaker, you start to copy the exact sounds, rhythm, and intonation they use. Over time, this helps you sound more fluent and natural without forcing it. You'll notice how English sentences rise and fall, how certain words are stressed more than others, and how native speakers connect their words smoothly. This awareness helps you speak more clearly and confidently. Another powerful benefit is that shadowing helps you think in English instead of translating from your native language. Many learners spend a lot of time translating every sentence in their head, which slows them down and makes speaking difficult. But when you shadow regularly, your brain starts to process English automatically. You begin to recognize common patterns, phrases, and sentence structures naturally. You stop overthinking, and your words start to flow. Shadowing also helps you increase your speaking speed and confidence. When you repeat sentences immediately after hearing them, you train your brain to respond quickly in English. This reduces hesitation, those long pauses where you're searching for the right word. Over time, you'll notice that your speech becomes smoother and your confidence grows because you're used to hearing yourself speak English every day. You'll sound more comfortable, relaxed, and natural, just like someone who uses English often. And perhaps the most beautiful part of shadowing is that it makes your English sound alive. Instead of sounding robotic or textbook like, your speech gains real rhythm and energy. You start to use the same tone, emotion, and flow that native speakers use in real life. This makes your English not only correct, but also expressive and engaging. You can practice shadowing with almost any kind of audio: a podcast, a short YouTube video, or even a movie dialogue. The key is to choose something clear, slow, and easy to understand. At the beginning, avoid fast speakers or complicated topics. Focus on short, simple clips that you can repeat comfortably. Once you get used to the rhythm, you can slowly move on to more natural, faster materials. Remember, the secret to shadowing is consistency. Start slow, repeat daily, and stay patient. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day can make a huge difference over time. You'll gradually build confidence, fluency, and a more natural sound. With every session, you're not just repeating words, you're training your voice and mind to speak English like it's truly your own language. So don't worry if you make mistakes or feel shy at first. Everyone starts somewhere, and shadowing is a fun, effective way to grow. Keep practicing, stay curious, and soon you'll notice that you're not just learning English, you're living it. Let's wrap up today's episode of the Everyday English Podcast with a few words of encouragement and reflection. If you've made it this far, give yourself credit. You've already taken a big step in improving your English skills. Remember, speaking English confidently doesn't happen overnight. It's not about perfection, it's about practice, patience, and persistence. Every time you listen, repeat, and speak out loud, you're building the habits and confidence that lead to fluency. When learning a new language, it's easy to feel shy, make mistakes, or think your progress is too slow. But mistakes are a natural part of learning. They are signs that you're trying, growing, and improving. Each time you speak, even if it's not perfect, you're training your mouth, your brain, and your ear to work together. So don't wait for the right moment to start speaking. The right moment is now. Shadowing, speaking aloud, and practicing short daily conversations might seem like small actions, but they create big results over time. When you shadow, you're not only copying sounds, you're building rhythm, flow, and confidence. When you repeat simple sentences like, "How are you today?" or "That sounds great," you're doing more than learning phrases. You're learning how to connect naturally in real life. These small moments of practice are what make English part of your daily routine. So here's my encouragement to you: speak proudly, even if you make mistakes. Don't hide your accent. It's part of your identity and your journey. Every English speaker in the world, native or not, has their own voice, their own sound, and their own story. Your goal is not to sound perfect. Your goal is to be understood and to express yourself with confidence. Whenever you feel nervous or unsure, remember this: every fluent speaker you've ever heard once struggled too. They also started small, repeating short sentences, mispronouncing words, and learning slowly. But they kept going, and that's what matters most. Progress happens when you show up every day, even for a few minutes. Listen, repeat, speak, and keep moving forward. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly appreciate you taking the time to listen and practice your English with me. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who's also learning English, because learning together makes the journey even more fun and motivating. The more people you speak with, the faster you'll grow. Remember, confidence in English comes from daily effort, not from waiting to be perfect. So keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and keep showing up. You're improving even if you don't always notice it. Every word you say brings you closer to fluency. That's all for today's episode of the Everyday English Podcast. Take care of yourself, stay positive, and most importantly, keep speaking English every day. I'll see you in the next episode, where we'll keep learning, growing, and speaking together.